All right, fellas. Good morning. This morning we're gonna swap out the governor. The governor needs to come out. I'm gonna put in a new governor. Show you guys the new one. Here's the new one. Show you guys what it looks like. Comes with the gasket and some screws. The screws that go on the bottom. But the governor itself is just it's these two hoses right here, this one and this one back here, and they're connected there. And you have two screws up here. Let's see if I can get to it. No, I can't get to it. Anyways, there's two screws up here that you have to take off, and then your gasket goes back here. So let me take it off, and then I'll show you guys what's going on. So I took out the governor. Here are the two screws I was telling you about. They're right there. And two screws, you take it off. And these are the two little hoses that you're going to disconnect. These two right here. As you can see, these are metal fittings. Metal fittings, I think, are better than the plastic fittings because you know, they don't leak. That's why I put a metal fitting on this part right here, because this hose was leaking as well. What I'm talking about plastic fittings is these right here compared to these. These tend to crack and leak a lot. The metal ones, they seem to just last forever. So I would recommend you to get the metal fittings instead of the plastic fittings for the governor. So when you take out the governor, you do it just the way this is. Exactly the way it is. Because if you look at the new one, there's no plugs or nothing. See the plugs? I'm trying to do this by one hand. And the little plugs are in here in the bag. They give you the little plugs. So as you take it off, put it back on exactly the same way. Now when you take out the governor, you're gonna have to take out these two bolts down here. Oh shucks. These two right here. This one and this one. This one and this one. These two right here. These are your air hoses right here. And these are your two bolts. When you take these two off, this part up here is gonna come off. As you can see, it screws on to the top. See the two little holes right there? It screws on. So let me take this apart and show you guys the next step. So these are the bolts that I'm telling you guys you got to take off with an Allen wrench. Take these off. Pretty big bolts. There's a gasket here. Make sure you don't throw that gasket away. If it doesn't come with one, your new governor. There's a gasket there. There should be a gasket here and a gasket here. And that's how big your bolts are. So now you're just gonna disconnect your airlines. Make sure you kind of put the right side on one side and then the left side on the other side. I'm talking about the hoses because they're supposed to be on these hoses. All right, let me take this apart and I'll be right back. Okay, fellas, well, I'm putting the governor together. I put the two fittings down here. Make sure you put Teflon on them. Now, this is the tricky part. They give you these little lug nuts, whatever it is you want to call them. These things right here. All right. Make sure you look at your old governor and put the same fittings, because the governor doesn't come with the fittings already installed. So you gotta just copy your old governor. You know, these are two fittings that go here and here. So the same thing I did here, as you can see. And then you got this part right here, and then you got your gaskets. You got one gasket that goes down here at the bottom, and then you have this gasket that goes right here. But make sure you just follow this governor when you're putting this new governor together. Again, I don't like the plastic fitting for my air hoses, so I got metal ones. So I'll show you guys as soon as I put this together. I'll be right back. All right, fellas, well, we put it together. Little cap on the top, put the two little big long bolts on there. Everything's on, so now it's just a matter of just putting it on there. And then you also have a gasket back here, and then you have your two bolts that go in there, and they go like this on the wall, right down the air compressor. So as soon as I put it together, I'll come right back to you guys. Be right back. All right, people. Well, we put it together. It's well mounted. After you mount it on, you want to turn the truck on, and then spray your hoses where your fittings are, and then up here and in between the governor to make sure that there's no air leaks. So spray it with water and soap. Again, before you do this, make sure there's no air in your system. That way when you unplug the hoses and you unplug the governor, you won't have a bunch of air leaking out at you. So I'm going to turn the truck on right now and then spray everything, make sure nothing's leaking. And that would be it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to help somebody out. And have a good day.